Before we even start this video, I got a question for you. Do you have a plan for content or even in your personal life? Do let me know in the comment section down below. If you don't, personally, I feel like you should definitely get on that. Reason being is that when you have goals and you have like time to reflect on these goals and stuff like that, I think it's really powerful as far as like even just in life, making sure that you're not just wading through life or wading through content. But I'm telling you right now, it's crazy to do the exact same thing over and over and expect different results. So this is kind of why I'm sitting down to do this for myself. I'm also wanting to share this with you guys because the very first video I made on this channel, I wanted to talk about like my journey and stuff like that. And I wanted to be open about my journey and helping you guys out. So I want to try something new on this channel to see if this helps or not. Maybe this gives you guys some ideas and stuff like that for yourself. Maybe it doesn't, I don't know, but we're going to dive into it and check it out. So I'm basically going to go through my Notion. It's not going to be a full review of Notion, but a Notion of like showing how I track like my follower goals and stuff like that. And what I have to back it up just to kind of like, try things out and see if I can be doing anything differently. But first, and most importantly, we got a pumpkin spice. That's right. It's my first pumpkin spice of the season from Starbucks. So excited to get this. It's just a dream come true. What's not a dream is that 7:12 at night and I'm drinking a full freaking coffee. So I'm probably not going to sleep tonight, but that's okay because we don't need to sleep. All right, so let's go and dive into it. I'm going to show you guys my Notion and how I track that stuff. We're going to start off with August and go into September, and we're going to go through that. So let's go and take a look. All right, so here's basically my Notion and how I have it set up. This is basically what I started as far as like, I have this dashboard here where it has my months. Again, I haven't really been consistent with this, and that's also part of why I want to do something like this. That way I keep myself consistent, but I basically just pull into these pages. And with these pages, I basically just put down some goals, right? And I put down some number goals, some follower goals and stuff like that too. I just made it to where it's like what the difference is. So am I over that number? Am I under that number? Unfortunately, it looks like last month I did not hit any of the numbers I set up for myself, but it's okay. It's okay. We're gonna reflect on that and kind of figure out why I did. A big thing though, whenever it comes to setting goals, is that personally, I feel like just setting these number goals don't really do much or don't mean much whenever you don't have actions to back it up or actions to cause that, right? Because followers, like you only have so much control over gaining followers, but what you have 100% control over is how often you post, what are you posting, what kind of content are you posting, are you getting better at editing and that kind of stuff too. So there's also actionables that kind of go through that as well. Now, I'm not going to go through the entire actionables for this section. The reason being is because I actually feel like I missed the mark on a lot of this stuff. So we're just going to jump right into September and we're going to go from there. What I also did here is I kind of gave myself a recap. I'm like, okay, so let's go and look at the numbers. Why did I achieve the numbers that I did, or why did I not achieve the numbers I wanted to, and stuff like that. We kind of talked about it. So kind of summarize what I wrote here. And again, this is kind of neat because it gives you time to reflect and kind of check out what are you doing? How are you kind of controlling your channel? What's going on with your content? What is your plan for your content, and how are you executing that plan? But basically, for my feedback to myself is basically I just wasn't consistent with short form content. I know for a fact that I got really pumped about some short form videos because I basically had some TikToks that I felt like did extremely well, and I got kind of addicted to checking the numbers and seeing the numbers growing and going up and stuff like that. And then I saw it happening on Instagram and stuff too. So I was like, damn, I really figured out what kind of content I should be making and posting. Now, I'll tell you right now, once you go on a hot streak like that, and then all of a sudden you start tapering off of it, you start falling off of it, it starts to weigh on you mentally. So you definitely become a lot less motivated to do that stuff. So I realized that, and I said that basically to myself that I need to stop looking at that stuff. And if I am looking at that stuff that much, or not that much, but when I do look at it, instead of just basically being like, wow, I suck as a creator, I'm doing something wrong, or I'm just not meant to do this. Instead of doing that, I'm basically just starting to pose questions to myself okay, was it the timing that I posted to that? Was it the hashtags that I used? Was it the music that I used? Was it my editing? Was the actual core of the actual video not interesting to people and stuff too? So trying to ask questions as to okay, what could I have done differently that could have caused this to do better? Could be a number of things, but at least it's starting that critical thinking process and also trying to force myself to grow as a creator, right? So that's basically what I'm gonna start to do in the future as far as this stuff goes, is basically just making sure that I'm looking at my content and trying to get better from it. And then also too, I did want to kind of point out some big wins. So I have over 60 subs on YouTube in the last 28 days, which to me is really awesome. So that's actually more than 2 a day. I think a few months ago, my channel was only averaging maybe 1 sub a day, maybe 1 sub every other day or something like that. So it's pretty cool to see that progress start happening in my channel. I think at one point I was almost up to 80, but then I got down to 70 or 60. And again, a lot of that had to do with short form video, which again, I know I wasn't 100% consistent with. So that's kind of why I wanted to really focus on short form video. And to be completely honest, if you guys aren't capitalizing on short form video, like it's just 100% you need to. And I'm actually even personally thinking about maybe even taking like a month off or even like a couple weeks off from streaming just to try and like figure this stuff out, to really like lay into it, get a good solid rhythm going with creating content, and then kind of like working in a stream schedule into it again, because I feel like short form content is like the best way to grow right now. And I feel like it's the best way to get an audience and to really build a community out of and stuff like that too. So, but anyways, I digress. We're going to keep diving into this stuff. Another thing was I wanted to organize recorded videos better, because one thing I did notice is that I feel like batch recording actually helps a ton, because some days you feel like editing and some days you feel like recording and some days you might not feel like doing either one of them. So having a backfill of information to edit is really important. But I do know that basically what happens to me is I feel like I record a bunch of stuff and then I just don't organize it properly, to where I just don't revisit it, and it just becomes like content that's just sitting there that probably will never be edited. Basically what I did was I just took my followers goals from today, where I'm at right now, and then I just increased them, you know, depending on what the platform was. So Twitter, want to get it up by 80, up to 1,800 total. YouTube, I want to gain 100 subscribers, which again, I was up to almost like 70. So I feel like I can definitely get to 100 within the month. So I feel like that's very doable. TikTok and Instagram, I mean, again, I could probably even push those up a little bit. Those are really explosive platforms where you can really just blow up on those things. So, I mean, again, short form, but either way, I digress. Then Twitch, all right, I definitely didn't put the right number there. There we go. I wanted to try and gain 101 followers on there as well. Basically, my average is like I want to gain 100 followers on every single platform. So I don't know, good, bad, and different, but that's pretty much what I want to aim for, because again, I wasn't even able to hit my numbers from last month. I think they were a little bit lower than that, but this month we're going all in on it. Again, like I was saying before, these numbers mean absolutely nothing unless you have actions to back them up as far as like what's actually going to impact them, right? So overall actionable goals that I have for my short form is going to be posting one product review a week on my short form videos. Something like my aperture light, like the review that I had for that did absolutely phenomenal. So that was a really great review, and it really helped out my channel a lot. And also a lot of people really love that content. And to be honest, like I enjoyed making that video a lot. Like it did take a good amount of work just for like a normal like short form video, but it was really fun and I really enjoyed it. And I think it's going to be a great video format for my channel in the future. So I also want to make sure that I'm posting 7 times a week. So making sure that I'm actually planning out my content to, like, you know, on my days off, I'm editing. If I have like, you know, a day off, try and get like 3 pieces of content. So that way it lasts me to the next day that I have off and more. And then maybe even like try and do like 5 or 7 in that day or something like that, right? I want to try and make sure I'm posting daily and such, because again, I feel like short form videos are really, really powerful right now. I'm having a lot of fun making them, even like, despite the fact that I was a little bit discouraged because of numbers. Like I really do enjoy the new formats that I found for a lot of these videos. So, and then figure out times for hashtags and discovery and stuff like that too. So basically just kind of better figuring out each platform. So whether it's like, what time should I be posting on YouTube? What time should I be posting on TikTok and stuff like that? I know that this isn't like the sole reason as to why some of like stuff doesn't get pushed out. But again, I feel like I've heard of people basically posting something and not doing well, taking it down and then reposting it again with either different hashtags, different music, or different times, and then it completely having a different audience that hits it, and then it does way different numbers than it did before. So it's very possible that I could be posting at the wrong time and I'm not really posting for my audience and I'm posting for the wrong audience or something. So that's something I just want to look into. But I think that just takes more intentionality of when you post something, keep in mind when you're posting it, where you're posting it, and then figure out how is that actually working. Is it well? Is it bad? Let's try another time or another week or whatever. So basically just experimenting with the platforms. So for YouTube, I'm going to be posting in the community post 3 times a week. I feel like this is a cool place to be able to engage with my subs there and stuff like that too. So really just like engage in my community. I know there's discoverability in it because I've seen other people that have been doing community posts and their pages, like the community posts just go nuts on their page. I think their community posts get more engagement than the regular, like, you know, YouTube videos and stuff too. So this is something I still want to try and figure out and see, you know, how is it actually impacting my channel? How is it impacting my community and stuff like that? Is it really worth it or not? So something I want to try out and test out. Again, I think experimenting is really important when it comes to content. Another goal I got is posting 1 long form video a week for myself on YouTube, and then posting a long form vlog or insight video. So something kind of like this, or maybe even just talking about, like, you know, my view on certain things around, you know, streaming and stuff like that, or even just how-to videos, things like that. Because again, like, although I've been streaming for about 4 years or creating content for 4 years, like, there's a lot that people are just starting out could learn from me. Although again, I'm not saying I know everything, I definitely don't, and there's a lot that I have to grow. But I feel like I can definitely impact others in a pretty, pretty powerful way. I want to be able to do that, and then obviously scheduling short 7 days in advance, so making sure I have 7-day buffer of like my YouTube videos, which honestly I would like to try and get all my platforms to be like that, where I have like a draft just full of stuff to where if I go on vacation, if I take a day off, if I want to go out and I want to go to a brewery and chill and just, relax for the day, I can do that and not worry about like, well, I'm not posting, I don't have a video to go up, like I'm losing a day or whatever. I want to be able to get rid of that. I think having that like buffer is going to be really important. So that's just personally something I'm looking into. Twitter announces schedule every single Saturday, as well as, or for Twitch, I want to announce my schedule every single Saturday. So that's going to be my Discord and on Twitter. I've been kind of about it. And to be honest, like, even when I was being consistent with this, people would still ask me like, when are you streaming? And I'm like, I tried, like, I remember someone doing this literally in my Discord, and I wasn't trying to be a jerk, but I was like, check this. And I linked it to like the stream schedule post, and they were like, oh, okay. And like, I think they got upset at me for doing it, but it's like, I don't know. Let me know if I did the wrong thing on that. But I feel like, I'm putting effort into this and I want it to be worth it. I just want you guys to know where you can look to see if I'm streaming or not. That's all. Trying to think of new channel redemptions. Also checking the Lumia stream too, which is a pretty awesome app. I'm not going to get too far into that, but I mean, if you're into smart lights and stuff like that, this is a really cool app to look into. Plan a community night ? So I might either do like a community night for streaming to where I play games with people and stuff like that too, at least like once a month or something like that, maybe in Discord or on stream. Twitter, post a question every day. So basically just make an engaging post, something that like is a call to action, right? Like a call for someone to actually post on my like tweet every single day. Post a going live photo when I am going live, just because I feel like honestly links are a horrible thing to just put. I mean, if you put a photo on there, it's going to perform a lot better than just say, hey, I'm live, guys, go check out my Twitter or Twitch or whatever. Like, I don't think those do well. Posting BTS photos. I really love seeing BTS photos and how things are set up, like how the shot's set up versus like what it looks like. So I actually want to start doing more of that on Twitter, and I feel like Twitter is starting to become a better photo platform than Instagram is, because Instagram is just all about reels. Post video teaser for YouTube. Learning, I think this is important and super underrated. I think people don't honestly really talk about learning very much, but I think you should cut out some time for learning. So last month I actually did make sure I did this. I was actually watching a few videos on how to optimize YouTube videos and what makes YouTube videos successful and stuff like that. So taking a look into that. But I want to learn a little bit more about YouTube, because again, I feel like YouTube is probably one of the best platforms to grow on and figure out. And I think as far as consistency when it comes to a revenue stream, I think it's probably the best place. And the best part is, although they do have members and stuff like that, which are subs for people that are, Twitch users, they have a lot of like options to get ad revenue. And if your videos perform well enough, like you don't have to worry about asking people to pay money for you to like support you. All you have to do is just basically let your ads do the work for you, or endorsements and sponsorships and stuff too, or product reviews. Like that can carry your financial income versus having to ask people for support, which is nothing wrong with it. It just personally, I don't like asking people for support. I know it's something I gotta get over, but either way, I digress. And then lastly, experiment with content. So again, I just want to try new things with content and see how it works, and just kind of go from there and give some feedback. So I just want to just try new things, because again, I think trying the same thing over and over and over and over and over and not seeing results is obviously like a horrible way to go. And to be honest, like that's how I've been feeling with like streaming, is that I just kind of do the same thing over and over and over. So again, I'm trying to change the amount of time that I'm putting into streaming and put more time into my offline content, which is more discoverable. So that way, hopefully I can help build that community that is on stream, that I'm hanging out with and creating content with and laughing with and stuff too. So that's basically it. This is what I use my Notion for. This is kind of how I set up like, my stuff. I don't know if this is helpful or not, so please let me know in the comment section below if you liked me kind of going through like what my game plan was, why my thought process was around certain things in my goals and things like that. Let me know if there's something different that you do that I might should try out or something like that. But I just want to kind of go over this and show you guys what I've been doing with Notion off and on, and something I want to be more consistent with. Maybe this is a video post for myself to be more consistent. I really hope that someone gets something out of this and learns a little bit about it. Yeah, let me know if you liked it or not. Let me know if I should share this template or not. If this is something that you guys think you would actually use, is a cool template like this, to where you could do this, and then you can even add in like an overall down here or something. Like, if you guys haven't used Notion, it's extremely creative if you want to be creative with it, or it's just very straightforward. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching the video. I appreciate it. I know it's kind of a long one. Again, I think there was a lot. Maybe I'll just dive into certain sections of my like my top and my bottom, I guess, like what's really performing well and what's not doing so well, and just kind of dive into those each month versus going through everything. But let me know if you guys like the format of this video. Appreciate you guys. If you guys want to come talk to me live, I'm live on Twitch a few times a week, so come visit me. If you guys like this kind of content, please feel free to drop me a follow and a like on this video. It really helps me out. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next one. I'm gonna go finish this and eat a cider donut now, so because I am very basic and I am proud of it. So cheers.